So hello and welcome to yet another episode of Project Swamp Rat, which is our shoestring budget rat bike build based on a BSA A10 frame. Today we're going to hopefully get some wheels on this thing and get it rolling. The plan was a couple of episodes ago to get the back wheel on, but then I decided to go and put an engine and gearbox in instead, so all of it's useful. So yeah, we're going to crack on with this now, see if we can get this back wheel sorted and then maybe move on to the front. Never know. So first thing we're going to be doing is getting this tipped up so that we can get to the plungers. Now these frames have got you've got a mainspring here and you've got a rebound spring here, and your actual back wheel just shifts vertically on this spindle. These are free, but I don't like the look of these. I want the springs to be exposed, so we're gonna knock these apart and then get all of these covers off, get the springs exposed, and then put everything back together, or at least that's the plan. So I'm not going to pretend to give any sort of tutorial on this because I'm just as new to this as anyone else who's not done one before. I'm sure that there are countless YouTube videos that we could go and have a look at, see how to do this, but we won't go to there until we're stuck. So we've got all of these bits stripped off the back of the bike now. The plan is to get all of these covers off, get the springs exposed, clean things as little as possible, but enough to make it work, and then put everything back together. It's so refreshing doing this build because I don't have to clean anything, I don't have to paint anything, I can just throw things on, and the rustier the better. So yeah, let's get into it. So you can see here we've got everything handed. This is the left hand side, this is the right hand side. Obviously the right hand side is in much better condition. There was a lot more oil in it and a lot more grease. This side will need a bit more cleaning, but we should be okay. Basically, the only reason I've taken this apart is because I want these covers gone from the springs. But while we're at it, we're going to clean some of the filth off these springs, because last thing you want to do is get covered in grease every time you touch a bike like that. Now, from the amount of resistance I'm getting here, it feels like there's a shoulder inside this cup holding it in. So I'm going to have to get this pinch bolt off and get this off out of the way first. Someone is smiling on me today. There we have it. So you can see that we've got some denting here on this case, and that's why it's sticking on the spring. It might just wiggle loose now. If not, I'll just cut it off. So that's everything stripped down to its component parts. We're just going to give these a quick wash and then get everything back together. So one of the things that we need to do while this is all apart is get these tensioners freed off. This might be quite a job, we will see.
Cold dark water was the best for me. It carried me through the night. Whistle stopped with 2 seats all free. I said I dropped the ball but kept my feet. Crashed this hill with a shiny smile, bold as I could be. It brought me home in the dead of night. Drunk again so I couldn't see. Born again so I couldn't leave. Now they say I'm a fool for loving you. Now they say I'm a fool for leaving you. But I'm coming home with the slow rain, like a runaway remembers his name. Ooh, I only needed some time. Finish my drink and make up my mind. I'm yours tonight and forever, baby. Alright. Held on tight with the moonshine boys. I danced with Susie Lee. With a glint in my eye and a swig of rye, I said I swung for the moon and fell in my seat. I got my last round and made the long walk home, lost along the road. Gripping your door with the slackness of mind, I said I lost my nerve and walked right by. I breathed my faith and I hoped inside. Now they say I'm a fool for loving you.
So all of those are cleaned, ready to go back on. Didn't need to do too much to them, luckily. Everything was quite nice, it was just greasy. So yeah, we'll get these put back on and then have a look at putting a wheel on.
Like a runaway remembers his name. Ooh, I only needed some time. Finish my drink and make up my mind. I'm yours tonight and forever, baby. Alright.
So we're back to filming on a tripod because my cameraman has gone back to his day job with working with Tom Cruise or something. Back wheel, we've machined up some spacers for it to get that to fit. I'll show you those now. And that's it. We will have essentially a rolling bike, which is great news. So yeah, I'll show you that. So this side you can see we've just machined up very rough and ready little spacer there to go in there. And on this side, machined up this stepped spacer, which will sit into that. Let's see how we get on here. Move that back a little bit, swing this out. Sit into place. So there's our back wheel bolted in. The only issue is the wheel is offset a very long way, and the sprocket still doesn't line up with the front sprocket. So that's going to be something that we're going to have to revisit. So I've got a bike night tonight up at our local pub, which is about a mile away somewhere. I'm going to take this up in the van and just gauge some reaction, see what people think of it. But before that, we've got a few odd jobs that need doing. Clutch needs to be bolted into place. I need to tidy up some of the cables and things. I need to get the carb sat on it, mocked up and everything, just to get it looking a little bit more complete. So I think it's time for a bit of a montage. So I'm doing some editing and I realised that I forgot to film an outro, which was clever of me. So this is my outro, as disappointing as it is. Once again, thank you for watching. Next video we will get into what I got done and a few other bits and pieces, and hopefully we'll go from there. If you're enjoying this, please like and subscribe, it means a lot. Thank you.